Hello, good day viewers. Here is question number 8 of WAEC 2023 mathematics examination. This question is related to quadratic graph. The A part of question number 8 reads, copy and complete the table of y equal to 2x squared minus x minus 4 for the values of x from -3 to 3. We are given the table here. Already some of the values of y are given 17 and -3. So we need to fill in these boxes. And how can we do that? We're going to take -2 here, plug it into the function, simplify and obtain the corresponding value of y. Then we write it here, do for all the other boxes, and we're good to go before we move on to B part. So already if x is -3, if you plug it in here and simplify, you're going to get y equal to 17. This 17 is given from the question, but if you like, you can verify, but I will just go forward. We are going to substitute the value of x equal to -2 in here. Let me do the rough work here to the top. Y will now be equal to 2 multiplied by -2 squared, because x is squared here, the minus x, which is -2, then minus 4. We have -2 squared here, which is going to give us +4 times 2 is 8. The minus is plus, so we have +2 here, minus 4. 8 plus 2 is 10, and the 10 minus 4 is 6. So definitely when x is -2, we have the value of y to be equal to 6. Then what about if x is -1? All we have to do is to substitute this and this. We write -1 here and -1 here. -1 squared is 1 times 2 is 2. Minus is plus, so we have +1, then minus 4. 2 plus 1 is 3, and 3 minus 4 is -1. So this is -1. When x is 0, already y is -4. Then we move on to where x equal to 1. 1, 1. So we have 1 squared is 1, and 1 times 2 is 2. Then -1, -4. 2 minus 1 is 1, and 1 minus 4 is -3. So this is going to give us -3. Then what about when x is equal to 2? We have 2 here, we have 2 here. 2 squared is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. -2 minus 4. 8 minus 2 is 6, and 6 minus 4 is 2. So this is 2. Then lastly, when x is 3, we have 3 here, we have 3 here. 3 squared is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. -3 minus 4. 18 minus 3 is 15, right? And 15 minus 4 is 11. So we have 11 right here. So we have just copied and completed the table. Then we move on to the B part. Then the B part reads, using a scale of 2 centimeters to 1 unit on x-axis and 2 centimeters to 2 units on y-axis, we are asked to construct the graph of the function y equal to 2x squared minus x minus 4 from -3 down to 3 for the values of x. Okay, already I have my graph here. All you have to do is to write that statement to the right corner of your graph. 2 centimeters to 1 unit on x-axis. You can see 2 centimeters here, 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter. I have 1 unit, 1, 2, 2 units, 1, 2. So every 2 centimeters you should place 1 unit. But on y-axis, they say every 2 centimeters you should place 2 units. So you see 1, 2, 2 units. 1, 2, additional 2 units, that's 4, and so on. So after doing this, all you have to do is to start plotting. When x is -3, you have the value of y to be 17. So you locate x equal to -3, which is right here, and the value of y is 17. You move down to the top. You see we have 16 here, which implies that we have 17 here. I think this is the right point on the -3. You place the point there. Then you move back again. When x is -2, you have y to be equal to 6. When x is -2, you locate 6 on y-axis, which is right here. You place the point here. When x is -2, y is 6. Then you move on again. When x is -1, y is also -1. When x is -1, you have -1 right here. So you place the point here. You move back again. When x is 0, you have y to be -4. When x is 0, this is where x is 0, y is -4. So on y-axis, you place your point here. Move back again. When x is 1, y is -3. You can see it right here. 1, -3. This is where x is 1, and this is where y is -3. You move back again. When x is 2, y is also 2. When x is 2, y is 2, you have your point right here. Then the last point, when x is 3, y is 11. When x is 3 here, y is 11. So how can we locate 11? This is where we have 11. Then the next thing to do here is to connect all the points. All right, you can now see the graph of this function, y equal to 2x squared minus x minus 4. Then moving to the C part, it stated that using the graph, so you are not asked to calculate anything, you should use the graph. We asked to find the roots of the equation 2x squared minus x minus 4 equal to 0. So we want to find the values of x exactly where the curve crosses x-axis. That is C1. Remember that this is B. And then finding exact point where the curve crosses x-axis, you can see we have one here and we have the other one here. So they are fractions, you can see, they are not whole numbers. So we can see that this one is approximately either -1.1, 0.2, 0.3. I cannot read it exactly, but let me just write it. X is approximately equal to, let me say, -1.2. And this other one, we can read it as, you see here is 1.5. So this is greater than 1.5. Can we call it 1.6? So OX equal to 1.6. So this are what? C Roman 1. Then C Roman 2 stated what? Find the values of x for which y is increasing as x is increasing. So first of all, let us find where y is increasing. If you look at this function, it is decreasing here. Look at it. It keeps on decreasing. It keeps on decreasing till it gets to a point here where it immediately started increasing. So we want to find the values of x exactly where it started increasing. We are only concerned with the values of x, exactly where y is also increasing. So since all of these points at the back, y is decreasing, we don't care about them. Rather, a point where values of y started increasing, then we pick the corresponding values of x at that point. So how can we obtain them? We need to find the line of symmetry. Line of symmetry is a line that divides the curve into two equal parts. I cannot actually determine where exactly it is, but we can add the two roots together, divide by 2 in order to find the line of symmetry. So we say that C Roman 2, line of symmetry. We take -1.2, we add it to 1.6, we divide by 2. This will give us a value of x at that point. -1.2 plus 1.6 will give us 0.4. Then that 0.4, if divided by 2, will give us what? 0.2. So this is what? 0.2 as a value of x. So at 0.2, which is somewhere here, I cannot actually see that. It's a place where the curve started taking turn. It started increasing from that point. So the values of x will be from that point up to positive infinity. And if we consider the boundary, if we use the boundary, because they say we should stop at x equal to 3, from -3 down to 3, if we consider that, we are going to take the values of x from 0.2 down to 3. But since we know quadratic graphs are what continuous function, we can say that the values of x are from 0.2 down to what? Positive infinity. But we can write 3 because they say we should stop at 3. It doesn't matter, but you should know it is continuous. So this is the solution to the B part. Or if you should consider it as continuous, you say 0.2 less than x less than or equal to, or you cannot say or equal to because we don't know what is infinity. So you choose among these two. Then the last question here, they say we should find the minimum value of y. Exactly the point where the parabola takes a turn. The corresponding value of y at that point is said to be the minimum. So we cannot actually read exact values here, but we know it should be less than this -4 because the curve will turn down here. We know it passes through 4, but that 4 cannot be actually the minimum. So the minimum could be -4.1 or 0.2. Let us take 0.2. You know, those fractions are not going to be considered. So Roman number 3, y minimum will be at what? Y equal to -4.1 or 0.2. Let us use 0.2. And I think this is the end of these questions. Thank you for watching. Do share to your learning colleagues. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more exciting videos. Now let us move on to question number 9.